Hello and welcome, everyone, to the Falcon Paladin Hour without Falcon Paladin. But instead I got this crazy lady. Her name's Auxsonia.
What's up?
How you been? I feel like we haven't spoken,
Good.
privately in a while.
In like a month or something. Like, so much time has passed. Yeah, we used to play Among Us all the time, and then...
And then just...
play D&D.
Yeah, we played D&D. That was fun for
3 whole sessions.
Yeah.
I feel so bad. Like, when I think about that, I'm like, it should have gone longer. I should have had more hope with you guys. I think, I don't know. Being a DM is hard.
Wait. What do you mean more hope? Are you saying we were the problem there? That we couldn't do it, so you had to be like, look, I'm calling time of death on this, right?
Okay, to be fair, Tomb of Horrors is the worst module ever made on purpose. So yeah. I didn't want to give you guys so much false hope that you get to the end and it's like why did we even do this? Like, this is the worst. It's like, I know. Sorry.
Yeah.
Nah, you guys were having fun. I should have let that Avatar of Death really just kill you guys off fully. So
oh yeah.
It was a learning experience for me. Deck of many things, guys.
Deck of many things. So much fun.
Throw that at your players.
Oh yeah, every time. First time playing D&D, let them have a deck of many things. It'll be great.
Make sure you read every part of the card though when you give it to them.
Definitely won't turn the players off playing. Just absolute nonsense and complete bullshit. Nah, they'll be right with that, mate. So, Among Us that we used to play just actually had an update. Just today.
The game itself?
Yeah, 15 player lobbies now.
That's today.
That's today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, happy tomorrow to you, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, it is in fact June 16th. Yeah.
The future.
Yes. Don't worry, I won't tell you what happens.
I could sell that. You could sell that knowledge.
Yes, for $5.99. Tune in to find out what happens tomorrow. I mean today.
It'd be great.
It'd be fun.
Yeah, we gotta play a lobby with 15 people.
Yeah, that's...
So could you have 4 imposters? Have they updated it, or is it?
I think it's still max 3 because you need a lot of if you had 4, it's everyone just get 2 kills, you win. Right, pretty much.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah. Yeah, because that would...
they would just have such a strong voting majority. But we can't get a lobby of, 10 people together regularly. How are we going to get 15?
You can use your phone and the computer.
You want me to play as 2 people?
Bring back, what was his name? Nutty Cake? Something?
Nutty Cake? Yeah. Yep.
Nutty Cake. Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
no.
Yep. Samacron came in one time in a private lobby and it was like, who is this person? It's Nutty Cake. Who is this? And played the whole game and it was Samacron playing 2 people.
Look, there was something 4 of you in there. I wasn't ruining a good lobby.
Yeah. We even had someone else who was doing the same thing. I think Meta was being that.
Yeah.
So. It helped. It improved the game.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. 2 of me makes everything better.
Just kill one of us and then vote off doubly.
Yeah. So, for those of you wondering where Falcon Paladin is, he is away enjoying his summer vacation. I give him 2 days off a year from the podcast. This is one of them. The other one's usually Christmas, but I don't know. Maybe I
was going to say Halloween.
Halloween. Think he gets Halloween off? Really?
It's an important holiday.
Is it though? Is it? I don't think so.
No one really does anything on Halloween unless you have a family. So. Maybe that's a lie. I don't know. Myth. Sorry. I've had too many Halloween parties that have been total flops because people are like,
Really?
nah, I'm not getting out of my house. Yeah.
Tell us more about these Halloween parties. As in Australia, we don't really do Halloween. It's like, yeah, some shops put up some decorations and go all spooky. But trick-or-treaters, I think last year we had like 6 kids. And one of them might have been dressed up.
Yeah, I have invited people over, be like, hey, it's Halloween. Let's hang out and watch like a scary movie. And they're like, nah.
I think it says more about you than the holiday.
Oh.
I mean, how do you clarify the scary movie? What's a scary movie to you? Like,
we were gonna watch Zombieland.
Okay, that's not a scary movie.
Like Halloween,
I am disappointed in you.
A scary movie.
I'm disappointed.
There's a scary movie that I saw a preview for recently that's coming out. It's the Last Night in, can't remember the last name. I don't know what it's called, but it's
Last Night in Soho.
Yeah, it's the one. Yep.
Yeah.
The trailer for it.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 of creepy vibes. Like you're watching it and you're like, oh, this seems like a cool concept, and then it just turns into absolutely psycho.
It's directed by Edgar Wright. So he did like Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead. So not exactly not movies I would consider.
I don't think it looks like Shaun of the Dead.
Okay. I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm just saying based on his track record. I don't know.
Compared to the other trailers that I've seen for horror movies where you're like, oh, this is instantly you're like, oh, there's blood on the floor, oh, like someone's possessed, you're like, all right, like do something original, like this is original where it doesn't feel that way when you're watching it, and then the end of it you're like, oh, well, that was a trip. Like that is a thriller, horrifying psychological.
So there was a movie
interesting
coming out that I saw like the trailer for. I think it was called like The Unholy. Yeah, so basically the premise is a girl gains the power to heal the sick after she was supposedly visited by the Virgin Mary. Except it's actually a demonic possession going around healing people. The trailer for that
actually healing?
Well,
there's a twist.
For temporarily healing and then later like converting them or something. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then does the healing stop? Like
I assume the healing stops. I haven't seen the movie, and it looked like I remember sitting in the theater with my brother and going, I feel like I just saw that entire movie and it's not good. But looking at it now on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 28%. So it might be a good like point and laugh at how bad it is. Not it's an actual good movie. But
you gotta have some bad ones.
You gotta have some bad ones. But it was the only other horror movie I've heard of this year besides Last Night in Soho. And I really just heard of that.
I do hate it when trailers give away the whole plot. Like the whole thing, you're like, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen next, and then they just show you, and it's like the end fight scene is like all there and revealed, or like the two main character, like if there's like a guy-girl relationship, it's just instantly shown, like they're kissing, and you're like, oh, well, I don't have to wonder if they're going to get together at the end of the movie. Like,
right, it's these two, clearly, yeah. It turns out movies like that are just trailers for the next movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they're always sequel bait. Always.
What if they made a movie that was like, they had a trailer at the beginning of the movie that was, here's all the things you need to know about what we're going to go into, and then it's the sequel. Like, that's the... like you're actually watching the sequel, but they put all of the first movie into 3 minutes of your time.
Like
all the highlights that you need to know.
A 3-minute hypercut of like the original premise, and then spoilers, here's the sequel.
Like that's how they do like the next Star Wars movie. Like they just have like the whole story in 3 minutes of one movie. And then the next movie, they're like,
Well,
here is...
they do that though. They like every Star Wars movie has like an opening crawl where it's like, here's some words that you need to read so you know what's happening, right? Like they already do that. Like you could just make a movie or just show the stuff being written on screen, right? But they don't do that.
It could be a flashback.
Yeah, flashback, or it could just be
They
the
do
scene.
those. Or the... Oh, okay.
Yeah, a flashback implies that it's a person remembering it, right? Like there's contextual reasoning there. You don't need that. You just show the scene, I guess. Or you could write it on the screen. Who knows? Whatever you want to do, George Lucas.
Yep. I saw Cruella recently. That's why I had seen that.
Did you? Was it good?
Fantastic.
Really?
It was darker than I thought it would be. Yeah.
Her name's Cruella and she skins dogs. Like
yeah, Emma Stone, fantastic. Fantastic actress. So yeah, I won't spoil anything, but I highly recommend it. Don't take your 6-year-old kid. Be like, oh yeah, let's go like watch cute puppies and this is not that show.
Did someone in your theater bring their 6-year-old child?
No, there were only 2 other people that were there, and they were like my age. So.
Okay, like in the late 40s, got it.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I look great for 40, thank you. Late 40s. My heart.
I mean, did it make you want to rewatch 101 Dalmatians?
It wasn't based on no.
No. Okay. That's fine.
No.
That's fair.
No.
That's fair. Okay.
But I've seen 101 Dalmatians like within the last year because I babysat a kid that was one of their favorite shows. So we watched that one. So that was good.
Fair enough. I'm just reading the plot summary of Cruella because I'm not gonna watch it. Spoilers.
No, you're not.
No.
Okay, cool.
I got far too many things to watch as it is to watch a movie about a girl who skins dogs.
It had lots of twists. It was really clever.
Lots of twists. Okay.
Lots of twists. It's like the origin story of her. So it's like the prequel.
Right. Yeah. I figured, but
okay.
I mean, doing a sequel seems stupid. Right? It's like, here's Cruella de Vil in prison. The end.
The end. That's right. They finally got her.
Yeah.
Yeah. She is a seamstress. So I foresee a lot of people. She made like a lot of dresses in this movie. So I foresee a lot of girls being like, I want that dress. I want this and that. So her style was totally different. They made it cool. Like, I don't know how to like describe this movie to you, but it was very unique. So it wasn't like that typical like, oh, this is just a Disney show. This was actually like, oh, this is well done. Like, actually well done.
I'm sure. Oh yeah, very well done. Disney
Disney
live action remakes and stuff. Oh, great track record so far.
They're garbage. I watched. Which one did I watch?
Mulan.
I have not watched. I have not. Nope.
Okay. Which one?
Because there's no Mushu, so.
It's right. What's the point? No Mushu.
No Mushu. Let's see. I watched Cinderella. I think and Maleficent and
Beauty and the Beast.
They were terrible. Nope.
Okay, good. It's awful.
Oh, I watched Lion King. Made me want to not watch that movie just the whole time. It was like they're messing up the songs. Like you either change all of it or you keep it like exactly the same. And they were doing both, and so they'd have like a bunch of lines that were similar or the same, but then they'd throw in other lines, or they'd say different lines.
That have some lines. Bad lines.
Some lines. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see Aladdin, but I heard that Will Smith was really good as Genie.
Yeah, low bar. Like, he's playing a genie, right? Like, 90% of it's CGI anyway.
Robin Williams.
Yeah, he did a great...
best.
He did wonders with voice work. It's amazing. But not exactly a hard role. Hey, you want some wishes? Here, have some wishes. Done. See? I did it just there. Hire me, Disney.
Hire me, Disney. Send in this is your audition tape.
Yes. No.
Just clip those 3 seconds.
Just those 3 seconds. Do you think I'd get the job for a genie in the next Aladdin movie?
I think they would consider why your audition is so short. And they would appreciate you for doing that. For making it that short.
They'd appreciate me not wasting their time.
That's right. Thank you for wasting 2 seconds.
Okay.
Maybe 5, so they can delete it,
Oh, okay. Do you think they can delete it? They're not going to, like, archive it and put it in a museum?
National treasure? Or, no, I don't know. No, they wouldn't.
Ugh. You get mean in your 40s. Oh.
I'm not 40.
Sorry, 50s. Okay,
right.
so you've
Keep it going up all night long.
Yeah, Somi knows how to get a guest to return. Yes, Aki, I do. I'm sure Jess will be back. She likes it when I poke fun at her. It's fun. It's
because I can take it. I think it's funny.
It's true.
Like, I can't even come up with, like, a comeback because I'm just laughing myself.
That's why it works.
What's up, Aki?
I heard through mysterious whispers that you've been watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yes.
Yeah.
And completed it.
64 episodes.
Day.
How long did it take you to get through all 64 episodes?
Less than a month.
Less than a month.
However long it takes to watch those. What's the timestamp on those? Like 22 minutes times? No.
Yeah, 22 minutes.
I think I started watching it 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so you blitzed through them pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them since like 2009 when it came out. So I don't really remember much of anything about it.
There's these brothers. One of them's a Full Metal Alchemist. Meaning they can move metal with their magic.
You really... Wow, you definitely watch this. You could really describe it to a T. Yep, there's 2 brothers. One of them's a Full Metal Alchemist.
Not the one in the metal suit, though.
Oh, not the one in the metal suit? So there's one of them's in a metal suit. Okay.
What do you remember of this show? Now I'm curious if that was like, what, 12 years ago?
I remember there's 2 brothers who wanted to bring their mum back, and then they didn't, and then they met a guy who wanted to do something with a dog and his daughter. And that's about it.
That's all you remember? That's the whole...
I also remember Mustang doing some stuff.
Mustang is... Oh, fun fact. Learned that one of the voices of Mustang is Travis Willingham.
Oh, did you watch it in English?
Yes! I watched it in English.
Disappointing. If you're gonna watch anime, you gotta watch it in the traditional Nihongo.
The thing...
Subtitles.
some of them I can't avoid, but I like being able to hear it, like hear their voices and understand it, and not have to like read the bottom and miss like all the stuff. So
You can't read something while watching the rest of the screen.
I can, I just don't enjoy it.
Typical
Like,
lazy Americans don't enjoy reading.
That's not true. I read more books than you.
Are all those books behind you for show? Yes, yes, they are.
Where's the nearest book? There isn't even a book in here.
Oh, I got a book right here. I got a book right here. It's the Codex Astartes.
Oh.
It's to play Warhammer with.
It's considered a book.
It is a book. It's got pages. It's a book. How's it not a book? Look, all I'm gonna say is if you're gonna watch some more anime, that some things are not going to be particularly well voice acted, right?
Well, I'm like 2 episodes into Goblin Slayer, and that one is all Japanese. So
Okay.
I am, and I've accepted that I do have to watch anime in Japanese, and so I'm like, all right, so it's what is that judgment? Don't give me judgment.
I'm not being judgy. I'm not. I swear.
Given the option. So like I watched My Hero Academia in English.
Yep.
And then there's one called Haiku that's about volleyball team. Watch that one in English.
Haiku. I think I've watched. No, I've not watched that, but I've seen Haiku. Yeah. 45 episodes. Oh,
I actually learned a lot. I learned a lot more about volleyball because of that movie.
Oh, really?
And I was like playing volleyball with friends while we were watching it, and like during the time that I'd been watching it, and they were the ones who told me about it. So they were like, "Yeah, like we're just like Haiku."
It's
we thought we were so cool. We thought
you thought
we were so cool.
You thought you were like one of the kids.
Where it takes like, you know, the entire episode to hit one shot as their like inner monologue, and then it's the perfect spike, you know.
I have not watched this either. I hear good things, but it's about volleyball, so I probably won't watch it. Although apparently it's got like 5 seasons. Like it's still going. It's still going.
Okay, it is still going. Yeah, I was sure it was still going. Yeah, I've watched the first 2 for sure. I don't know if I've watched further. But.
Okay.
And I watched 1 episode of Fairy Tale, which was also in Japanese.
Okay. So you're practically fluent at this point.
Nani?
I'll take it. That's you clearly speak Nihongo. Nihongo jozu. Oh. Just gonna nod. You know,
Nope. No.
Nihongo ga jozu.
I know Konnichiwa. I know the Chamata. Nani and Nani and Sayonara, but you don't say that.
Well, I mean, you can.
You can, but you just don't.
It's just not as common as people might think it is. Fair enough. You clearly know enough Japanese to make your way around Tokyo. Which, it's not even a joke.
Well, it's because they speak English. A lot of people in big cities speak English. So
I think they just cater to tourists a lot, which is why there's a lot of like English signage. So that's probably fine. But that's adios amigos, says Carolonas. I don't think that's Japanese. I don't think adios is Japanese, buddy.
Adios
amigos.
I don't know. Yeah. That's definitely German.
Definitely German. Yeah. Or French, maybe. Maybe it's either one. It's one of the two.
Russian, maybe. Nah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Butchering
there
languages for fun.
there was some of the music in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood that was very like Russian feeling. Anytime it was major. Oh,
you
shoot, what's
don't
his
know
name?
their names. Thought you just watched this show.
I sped through it. There were a lot of people.
So you didn't really watch the show. You had it on while you were in the room, but because it was in English, you didn't need to watch it.
It's not like, okay, they do have little things that pop up to say their names and stuff. When Major fights.
Major who? Major who? Come on, give me a name.
I don't know. I don't remember. Don't put me on the spot. So
I'm putting you on the spot. Name two of the characters. And not Mustangs. I already gave you that one.
Ed and Al, Ulrich, Winry.
Okay.
And then you've got all the lust and greed and pride.
Now name the Major.
I want to say Admiral. I don't know what he is.
Major Admiral. Is that what you said? You wanted to say Admiral? His name is Major Admiral.
He's got, let's see, his sister is Olivier. Let's see. So he's, I don't remember.
His name is?
I don't remember.
Alex?
Oh, there we go. Cool.
Alex
yes.
Lewis
Anyway,
Armstrong?
point of the story, Armstrong, that's the one. Major Armstrong.
There we go.
Not Admiral Armstrong.
Major Admiral Sir.
Major Admiral Sir. He had music, like a little soundtrack that would be played when he would fight that sounded very Russian. And that was the point that I was making.
Okay, yeah.
All the people that are the diehards are like, this girl doesn't know anything, which is true, which is why I'm getting into anime.
Right, but you've seen the show. You should remember the show if you've seen it, right? Like, to come away from 64 episodes in 2 weeks and not know one of the main characters' names, that's pretty embarrassing.
His name's Major.
Major Admiral. Major Admiral.
Just called him Major.
The Major.
Yeah, I call him Mustang, not Roy Mustang. It's Mustang.
Right, but that's because everyone just calls him Mustang.
Not everyone. His lieutenant calls him Colonel.
That's true. Colonel General, yep.
Colonel General, Major Admiral, Mustang. Laura Bailey also plays Lust, the voice of Lust.
Oh, okay. She does some really good work. I really liked her in Gears of War. She played Kate. Like, it's a video game, not an anime. But I think it's Gears 5. She's actually the protagonist of that. So there's a lot of Laura Bailey. I think she won an award for it at like a games award show.
Was she in? She was in a game with Ashley Johnson.
Oh, probably. They've got the credit list there like a mile long.
Yeah. I don't play enough video games to remember.
No, of course not. I tried to get you to play video games. Like, you played like StarCraft once and then you never ever came back.
I played it twice. Maybe 3 times, actually, now that I think about it.
I don't think so.
I don't know, those kind of games aren't like my style. I really like I like Among Us because you got like the element of deceiving people.
Oh, you're just like lying to people.
I'm a terrible truther though. That's the bad part. The part of that game that I get kicked out the most because it sounds suspicious when I'm actually telling the truth. But when I'm convincing, it's like, okay, Jessica's the imposter for real now.
Oh, yeah. I'm just looking at all of Laura Bailey's acting credits.
Mm-hmm.
And her list for video games is like 100 things long. It's impressive. So scroll down to her, send you a link.
She's an anime list.
She does have an anime list. Her anime list is not nearly as long as her video games though. Like, she's been working since 2002.
Mm-hmm.
When she was in Blood Rain.
Mm-hmm.
All the way to, what was the most recent?
Dragon Ball Z!
Huh, her most recent was also Blood Rain. So she's been doing the same character for 19 years.
Wow. Well, if it's
If
it's that popular.
Yeah.
She's really good.
Yes.
Yeah, there she is. Ooh, K-On! You told me about that series, I think.
Yeah, K-On's good.
Yeah, K-On! I have that written down on my anime notes of things to eat or read. Sorry.
Things to eat or read. Eat or read. It's an anime. You can't do either of those because you watch it in English.
Sorry, she's in Soul Eater. Right there, I'm reading it.
Okay.
To watch. I will watch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness.
Yep.
Okay, I haven't had really good social interaction since COVID, so
Uh-huh.
I am not on my game.
Well, I mean, you've been playing like Among Us all the time. Like,
Oh.
there's a lot of social interaction
When was
there.
the last time that we played Among Us?
But we played it like solid for like 6 months, right? Like, you
In
can't
November to like
to like January. And I mean, it might be June. Look, all I'm saying is, you should be better at words.
Should be.
You should be better at words. Why you know words good?
The Last of Us Part 2. That's the one that she's in
Yeah.
Ashley Johnson. That was really amazing, I guess. So I heard it won a lot of awards.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay.
No, you didn't think so? You didn't think so? I mean, I wouldn't know. I just saw like a trailer for it.
Yeah, you didn't play the game. Look, it's a fine game. There's some controversy around it because some people liked the first one more than the second one, and they liked some of the characters more, and then they killed the characters in the second one, and they got all pissy. But I didn't like the first one because the gameplay was tedious at best, right? Like, story's fine. I read the story, and it's like, yes, very good.
Mm-hmm.
But the gameplay was boring. I don't like it, so I didn't play the second one. Oh man, she did the voice of Catherine, a Catherine in Catherine. That's interesting. So Catherine is a game that came out 2011, and it apparently in 2019 got like a remaster called Catherine Full Body, and it's about a guy who climbs like the Tower of Babel in his dreams, and when he falls, he gets attacked by demons or something in his sleep. And, oh no, Jess is frozen. Jess, come back. Hey, knock, knock, knock. Major Admiral? Yeah, Catherine and Catherine. Jess, you there? Hello? She's just stunned. Absolutely stunned that I didn't like the Last of Us gameplay. Absolutely stunned. This was a short podcast? Yeah, Aki. Oh no, Kai wants you to come back. Try turning your camera off and on. Apparently she's still here, but we just can't see her or hear her. Oh.
I never left.
She's back.
I could hear you.
You left.
Oh, thank Kai for wanting me back. Aki, yes, it is the shortest podcast ever. Sorry, I think that was my Discord going crazy. It happened the other day, remember, so.
It did, yeah. That was weird.
Yeah, you and your roommate were going to talk smack about me, and I could hear you the whole time.
Called you like an old lady.
What are you going to say? That hurts.
I bet you're old enough to have knitted that beanie yourself.
You know. No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I've hit 30, and honestly, the mentality is totally different than being in your 20s, only because the world perceives you differently. If it weren't for that, I feel the same. I act the same. But now I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to be mature now because that's apparently what you do in your 30s is you're supposed to be
Nah.
more mature. So
Nah. Just be you. Be you. It'll all work out in the end.
sweet.
You don't have to
When
pretend
I'm
to be
70.
mature. Oh, that's not too far away. You're almost halfway there.
Wow.
Think about that. In 5 years, you'll be halfway to 70.
You. You're more than halfway to 50.
That's true, but I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, you don't care.
It's true.
Still not as old. Still not as old.
Still not as old. When I'm as old as you, I'll be.
You'll be 30.
Yep.
It's like, what are you gonna say? I'll still be older than you.
It's true.
Man, can you imagine if there was a way to stop time, like the way even like the way the Marvel did it with like the blip or whatever in Avengers, where it's like you're out of reality for a moment and then you're back in.
Yeah. Would you take the opportunity if someone offered it to you? Hey, we're gonna pause you for 5 years, and let
But then you get to come back.
you get to come back. Yeah.
Maybe because you would experience more in a way, like I don't know, like think of it like, you know, you read history books, right? So you can learn more about the history of the world, and if you jump out for 5 years and then you come back, you get 5 extra years of history of the world that you would know more than someone else. Like I don't know, I don't know.
Yeah, but you would miss the 5 years that you were gone for.
You would, but then you get to be like 5 years longer in the future than you would have been. So all those people are gonna die 5 years before you. I mean, if there was like a set time.
How mad would you be if you skipped 5 years in the future, step outside and get hit by a bus? Like,
oh my gosh! So many people that blipped would have died instantly when they came back.
Oh yeah.
No. People on planes?
People on planes just in the sky. Splat.
Oh, they did not address that.
No, they did not.
Be the worst. Like,
well,
you come back and it's like
they technically confirmed it because in Spider-Man, and it shows everyone being blipped back. All the people who were like in band practice at the basketball court in the stadium or whatever, they come back and the people playing basketball, someone throws a basketball into them. So people come back to where they were regardless of the danger. Yep. People in cars, people in planes, boats.
Buildings that don't exist there anymore. Boats would suck. Because then you drown.
waking up in concrete. Flipping back. It's...
Or if you just woke up, you know, and like the bed's not there anymore and you just fall to the ground. What just happened? And then you look around the room, you're like, this is not my room anymore.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't know that you blipped, you know, like you didn't actually exist for 5 years somewhere knowing what you were doing. You would just instantly come back and it would be chaos. You would think, I would think the whole world just shifted. Like it moved.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah. That'd be weird, the arguments between people who have been like, everyone, like, the world just shifted 5 years in the future. It's like, no, you've been gone. And they're arguing over which one it was.
Okay, if they're going actual by technical like positions in the universe, they should have blipped back in wherever the Earth had been rotating at that time around the sun.
Everyone's in space.
They would have never come back.
They would all just died. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Brutal. That's dark.
But I guess it was centered on the planet, so like the time stone can be centered on something. So it's that change of course.
Hand wavy magical bullshit.
It is. Like, why doesn't he just do it for his hands, like Doctor Strange, immediately, like that? Like, oh, you can change time. Like, he's changing the apple, and I'm like, do it on your hands. Like, just see what happens. Like, test it. Like, just test it.
I mean, there's got to be reasons why they didn't. It's dangerous. It's dangerous to just meddle with the course of natural events.
But he did.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right, but you don't want to do it to... Like, what if he does it to himself, and as he rotates it back and fixes his hands, they turn into little baby hands, like Deadpool. And then then, because they're tiny little itty bitty baby hands, he can't control the time stone to fix them. And he's just stuck with little bitty baby hands.
Well, then in like 15 or how many years? 10 years? 10 years, he'll have normal hands.
But he'll be an old man with normal hands. Like,
he's not that old.
He's like 35. In 15 more years, he'll be 50.
He's more than 35. What is your definition of old? I want to know. Say a year. When you hit this age, you are old.
Ooh, 29. No, obviously not.
Okay, they're like old, and then they're like ancient. Like...
Decrepit. No, old is like at least 45.
Wow.
Yeah, you're not old until you're 45.
No, I want people to comment and say no to Samacron. It's not 45.
What?
No.
What? I gave you plenty of time. What do you want about? I gave you more than half your life to go.
No, I think old is like when you're 80. Because at that point, your body starts like really, really changing if you're not taking care of it. So you could lose your eyesight, you could lose your memory. Like
no, that happens at like 45. You're like, if you're going by age, your like body starts to break down, right? Like we're talking like 40s.
I'd say like 26 was when my body started hurting.
Great, we're all old. I'm old. You're
20, yeah. I turned 26 and was like, I'm slower, like, significantly. I tried running upstairs, like from like a normal walk to like a leap, and felt the change of like I don't have the energy to move.
Did you bust a hip?
No. No, I've never thrown out my back, which I've had friends that have done that, and I made them feel old on accident by being like, oh, my dad put like, a hot pad or something there. He's like, you just compared me to your dad? Thank you. Like,
I'm sure they appreciated that.
They did. Yes, they were. Had a thrown out back and compared to an old man.
Look, but what I'm saying is that 45...
You threw out your back, didn't you? Moving the fridge.
Did I? Look, I may have hurt myself briefly. Look, I may have hurt myself temporarily, briefly, for a moment was incapacitated by pain. Located in the back region. That does not mean anything.
A day.
No, it was like 23 hours.
You were worried. Oh, forgive me. You were worried about going into work. You were like, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to work tomorrow. Like,
I don't remember saying that.
No, it wasn't that bad.
I don't know. But look, how old is Doctor Strange though? Because add 15 years some of that, his skin would be two-tone different color between his like regular little baby hands.
And it probably doesn't have the practice. I don't know. I think that he would just get someone else to change it, right? He'd be like, hey, librarian, Beyonce, come over here. Use this really quick.
Strange is 36. Strange is apparently 36 years old.
Benedict Cumberbatch is not 36 years old when he filmed that movie. He had like gray hairs. He looked more like he was in his 40s. Like mid.
Do you think to have gray hair on the side of your head, you need to be in like your mid 40s?
As a doctor, I don't know. Look up how old he was when he filmed that.
Let's see. It was filmed 5 years ago. He would have been 39.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
He's 44 now. And I can... Yeah. Does your profession change your hair color? Is that what you said? Like, because he was pretending to be a doctor, therefore he had gray hair.
No, he was a doctor, and he had gray hair. That can be an effect. Stress can change your hair color. But it was more just the fact that since he was such an experienced doctor, he would have needed to have like the years of experience. You don't like I wouldn't have put him in like the 20-year-old category at all. And unless the movie was all about how, wow, this young doctor just knows his stuff. He hasn't even been here for like a year, but it wasn't about that. It was like, this guy is an elite surgeon. Like, he knows his stuff. People come to him. He is.
So you think an elite doctor couldn't dye his hair?
I was just guessing the age.
Okay.
Elite doctors, they can do that.
How many years of experience does this man have as a surgeon? Well, his hair's still brown, so it's got to be less than 2. Right? That's your logic. It's more like
in movies they make a signature for looks. Oh. They do like, they wouldn't just be like, all right, let's just make this guy look super young,
Right. They didn't get Tom Holland to play Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
If I had 3 wishes from a genie, right?
Tom Holland
I would want a DVD where every time you put it into a DVD player, it's just all the Marvel movies, but they play like musical chairs with the actors in the roles. So every time you get someone different playing each character, like you could have Iron Man, but instead of Robert Downey Jr., it's Scarlett Johansson as Iron Man, right? Like,
that would be so cool.
That would be the best. That would be. Why can't wishes be real, Jess?
That would. I mean, we're the world board. We can change that.
That's
right?
true. We are the world board, the organization.
We just need Aki's permission to do this.
The Iron Scarlet, yes. Wouldn't it be the Iron Widow? Because she plays Black Widow.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, you could do it that way. Iron Widow. Ooh, that would be. I'm sure there's some comic somewhere where she is like
given an
they made so many. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so many comic books.
And you could have that'd be a lot of fun. Chris Hemsworth as Ant-Man.
Oh my god. Yeah. Because there's a entire scene where the lady, the wasp, I can't remember her name, she's like, he can't be the Ant-Man because he's weak, and she's like gotta trade him, but it's just super buff Thor being like, yes, I need you to train me. Flex, and like tears all his clothes off.
You'd be like, alright. The whole movie is that.
Oh, that would be great.
That would be interesting. Yeah, I approve of this. I think we should get this DVD. That would be a really good idea.
That would be incredible.
Mix it up. I saw there's a YouTuber that makes trailers or something, or scenes with old characters and new characters, and they took the scene from Back to the Future with Marty McFly and Christopher Lloyd, Doc's character, and it was Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr.'s faces, and they were like acting it out. So Tom Holland, I think, was the one that was McFly, and so I'm watching this, and it was well done because it didn't look fake. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, this is Tom Holland. Like, he played. Whoa, no, this is not. I was like, Robert Downey Jr. is not Christopher Lloyd. Like, it was well done. I don't know what it was for, but they just decided to put them in a scene, and
fair enough.
Those characters could pull it off. So yeah, if anyone wants to actually watch one of these, watch a DVD where the characters are not who they are. Just Google Robert Downey Jr. Tom Holland in Back to the Future. It's a great movie.
I'm just thinking of like Happy Hogan, but as the Black Panther. Come on, that would be fantastic. Oh, John Favreau.
What if they just changed their abilities? What if it was the special features was everyone just had a different superpower?
I don't know, because you kind of can't do like Iron Man without Iron Man suits, because it's like, what does the bad guy do? Because all our Marvel origin movies are, it's the good guy, but if he was bad, that's the main villain, like for every movie. So you can't really mess up or take away their powers too much, because it's like, how does the other person get their powers? Like, imagine it's Iron Man, but it's Thor.
That's true.
Right. Well, Iron Man,
someone
but
else makes a hammer.
Someone else makes a hammer.
Similar hammer. Yeah.
He goes, I too have a hammer.
Yeah.
And he just starts hitting people.
I'd imagine it'd be like a war hammer. Like it'd be much bigger and have special
a rubber
effects
mallet.
that would be different. Like, is there a weakness for that hammer other than you just aren't worthy? Like no one else can really pick it up. You can't like magnetize it to something.
I don't think so.
You can't lock it away.
I'm now picturing Thor 1, where it's like Odin tears the hammer off, and whoever should be worthy of Thor will get this full set of Iron Man armor, and then it's like stuck in the mud, and all the like people in New Mexico are trying to pull it out, and like they can't pull out this Iron Man armor. I don't know what it is. They say it's a satellite. Looks like a hammer to me, though. Like you don't change any of the dialogue.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be brilliant.
Yeah. I think more people should have tried lifting that hammer in that movie.
You think so?
Yeah. I think like that would be a really cool thing. I think, what if they made like, say they were real and you went to Disneyland and like they were there and like that would be, you know, Thor's booth would be like, try to lift my hammer, go ahead and like
go ahead and like try and
line up.
Did you see, it was a while ago, a guy who made a real life Thor's hammer, like a real life Mjolnir, where it's basically a prop, but it's got an electromagnet in it.
Oh,
so he puts it on like a metal grate and he's like, try to lift it, and it's got a thumbprint, you know, so he scans his thumbprint as he puts it down, turns the magnet on, and nobody can lift it. It's great. It's a good video. Neat trick.
Yes, I have seen that, which is clever. Not real.
No. Well, I mean, it is real. Like that was a real thing that someone
magic.
did.
It's not magic.
Well, you know, a science that
magic.
you don't understand is indistinguishable from magic, right?
Totally. Yeah. You know, it makes me think of the Clone Wars episode that I watched with Darth Maul and the magic that they just decided to throw into that.
Oh, where they're like, he now has legs.
Like what? But like not even with the Force. Like someone's gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, no, there's an explanation. No, I watched that episode. Green fog comes out of nowhere and puts together Darth Maul's legs.
Yeah, but I mean, it's Force magic. It's Force magic. It's fine. It's Force magic.
Visual Force magic, though?
Yeah, like lightning. That's visual Force magic.
But like...
Yeah. It's smoke tendrils. It's fine.
They crossed a line.
I mean, it's no worse than, like, Force ferrets, right? Like, the ferrets that can't be manipulated by the Force.
I looked that up. They're not ferrets, but yes, they are. They're an animal. And
they're ferrets.
Which
little...
They're called something. Google it. Yeah, because I looked that up and I was like, no way. It's like there are these creatures that prevent you from being able to use the Force on them. Which was like, the Force has a weakness.
Yep.
It's not just limited by the person's ability to use it or not. Like, great. I thought that was the weakness. No, we gotta throw in something more.
Nope. That's it. Just some animals ability to repel the Force by creating a Force neutral bubble.
Those things should be extinct. Like, I feel like if I was a Darth Sith or whatever, that'd be the first thing to go. And you'd get a gun and you'd just shoot them. Like,
or you could just hit them with a lightsaber.
Oh, That's true. I mean, I don't know if they.
Why do they need to get a gun?
Lightsabers.
That's the American. That's the American in you talking.
Okay,
Get a gun.
it is. That is. Well, that's what a lot of people say about some of these magic shows. You know, like Harry Potter is set in like today's world, and it's like you couldn't try incorporating that into a wizard battle.
Someone just has a gun.
Somehow, yeah.
Harry Potter, but with a gun. Harry Potter in the Chamber of School Shootings. Thanks, Jess. Thank you for that.
Okay, maybe not a gun. I heard one of the best endings of, like, an alternate ending of Harry Potter, though, would have been at the very beginning, where Voldemort had the chance to, like, kill Harry as a kid. Could have just dropped him out the window.
Right.
Like gravity.
Do its thing. Yeah.
Finish it off.
Could have put it in a pool for like in a pool or a bathtub face down. Right, like all these non-magical things that he could have done. Yeah. He could have put Harry in the microwave, right? Like he could have done all these things. But he didn't. He had to go for the magic powers, and
he's like,
look where it got him.
Wow. You would think that after like the third book or something, or fourth book, when you haven't killed this child yet, you just give up or send somebody else to do it. Like, I know he did, but like, he could have tried harder. I don't know. He could have tried a lot harder. There's a lot of magical items out there.
Yeah, he wanted to use all the magical options first, and then I don't know what his plan was after that. Like, he just...
Like, if he's supposedly the most powerful wizard...
Look,
I have problems with Harry Potter.
Most powerful wizard doesn't mean best child assassinator.
I think wisdom was his stat.
I don't know. It might have been constitution. Like,
no, he had good constitution because he could last.
No. That was all that was all magic stuff. That all came from his intellect, right? Like, he had to drink unicorn blood to stay alive. What kind of weak ass concept? He's got like a -2 at that point, and he's just popping health potions, right?
Just up to the vein, like
health potion IV. That's it.
Oh man,
that's
or if he has that undead army that he could use at any time, why not just send that into?
Why not?
Literally anywhere, like his aunt and uncle's house during the summer.
All perfectly valid options, which he fails to pursue.
Could have like destroyed the train while it was on the way there, since it's a pretty set path and it takes a long time. Yep,
it's true. Yeah, any number of ways you could have killed Harry. Just chooses not to.
Maybe he was a good guy the whole time. Maybe he just didn't really want.
He was just helping Harry fulfill his dreams of becoming an aura, right? Like, I'll do this for you, Harry. You want a bad guy to defeat. I'll become a bad guy that you can defeat. Yeah.
You know what they should have done.
What?
One thing they should have done. The third book talks about like the animagus, where they can change magically, but it takes like 3 years for them to do that. I thought that it would have been really cool for at least one of them, probably Hermione, to like turn into one of those during the course of the books, because we knew it was going to be like 7 books, because it was like 7 years long of school. So, but then they never did it, and I was like, well, you missed your chance, J.K. Rowling. Like, you introduced this really cool magical ability, and then
you use it briefly for the story, and
don't even give it to your main characters. Like,
I mean,
there's so much in that magical world that, like, I feel like those characters chose not to do. Like,
right.
Like, I would learn so much magic. Like, I would learn everything. Like, if it was like D&D, Mage Hand. Just grab everything.
Right. I mean, Hermione literally has time travel, and they never use it again, right?
Yeah.
Think that might be useful.
Have you seen the How It Should Have Ended YouTube. It's a channel that's
Yeah,
how it should have
yeah.
ended.
I know.
And they did that for Harry Potter, and they used the time turner
Oh,
to
yeah.
go back to the moment where Dumbledore is inviting Tom Riddle to come to school, and they just kill him. They kill Tom Riddle. And Dumbledore's like, "Why'd you do that?" It's like, it would take a really long time to explain. Like, 7 books or 8 movies.
7 books, 8 movies. Yep. Well.
Yeah, that's a powerful item.
That is probably needs attunement. Yeah. All right, so we were about at time. We might go ahead and wrap this up.
Awesome.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
this has been fun. I mean, we've just been talking. Like,
that's what this show is. Yep. Clearly, you've never watched it. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out.
I have watched it.
Yeah. So you guys can. We'll be back next week. Well, you won't be back next week. I've had enough of you. You're done. You're no more. Like.
I'm too old for this. I gotta go take a nap.
Falcon's older than you, so like he manages to get through it. I think you can.
I don't know. He took the week off. I didn't.
All right. So we've got a Patreon, patreon.com/Somicron. Merch, falconpaladin.store. And yeah, that's about it. See you all next time. Oh, Nick, thank you for gifting a sub.
Thanks, Nick.
Kibria Muna. It's an interesting name. Some people. All right. Bye.